Hello, this is a short audio guide to the painting exhibition entitled In Maremma. If you have 5 minutes, it's worth getting to know some of the curiosities of the paintings in this exhibition. So listen along with me and take a close look at the paintings. What do you see? Well, you'll definitely see a lot of animals. And if there was enough time, I could introduce you to them one by one, because each one of them does have a name. A bull called Galileo and another called Giorgio are sure to have been born in the same year, because every year a letter is chosen and all calves born in that year will have a name beginning with that letter. By the way, I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Mauro Manelli, the creator of these paintings, and I was born in the year of the letter M. If you're wondering why I only include bulls in my paintings, it's worth mentioning that both males and females of the Maremma breed of cattle have these long horns, and the breed dates back to Etruscan times. The horns give me an impression of power, and if you look closely, you'll see that I've painted them in very vivid brushstrokes. You'll also see many horses in my pictures and watercolours. I've painted them mainly using a colour called burnt sienna, which is a pigment that's extracted from the soil here in the nearby mountains. They're not elegant horses, and they're very large horses with strong legs. Only this breed of horse could withstand such difficult terrain. In fact, up until just a few decades ago, when it was all drained, this part of Maremma was almost a disease-ridden swamp, and in many Tuscan dialects, the word Maremma is still followed by a kind of unsavoury curse. The horsemen that you see in these paintings have a famous name. The Butteri were rough characters who managed the herds that, due to the lack of buildings in the area, were kept in the wild. Note the colours in which they're dressed. If you prefer more relaxing images with more gentle animals, look for the paintings that represent the donkey of Mount Amiata. In the mountains is not just a means of transport, but also a reliable companion in the everyday solitude of mountain life. This is mainly a land of solitude. Even today, where the land is cultivated after being reclaimed from the swamps, these large empty expanses give me a sense of relaxation, of stopping everyday activity and not having to think about anything. And I hope that you can also feel this sense of peace that I've tried to transmit in these paintings. Occasionally, though, this silence is broken by some sort of event, and you can see that I've represented two such events here. One is the threshing, or cutting of the grain, which ends up in everybody meeting to enjoy the food and drink that's typical of the area, and you can also find that next to my paintings. The other event is depicted in the large painting entitled The Game of the Rose. Here there are two teams formed of many horsemen engaging in a challenge against each other. Each player has on his arm a rose in the team's colour, yellow or red, and the winning team is the one that manages to remove the most roses from the opponent. If you come back here in spring during the rose season, you can see the game for yourself. There is, however, also a much more tranquil scene. It's the spectacle of the sea and the boats that populate it during the summer. It's one of my favourite subjects, as you can see from the many oil paintings and watercolours. If you want to stop and watch them, you can do so either from afar, or you can analyse them as closely as a detective would. I'll give you a clue. My paintings are made with a traditional technique using 3 layers. Firstly, the background gives the picture its poetic essence. Then the second layer provides the patterns that define the shapes, and the third layer is the brush strokes that tell the scene but don't define it in precise details. I do also use a 4th layer, which is a kind of gloss that protects the paintings over time, as I want to preserve the paintings and the beauty that I've made. I hope you enjoyed the story. If you would like to know more about who I am, my paintings, and any of the paintings in this exhibition, you can collect one of my brochures at reception. If you prefer, you can contact me directly and I'll be more than happy to meet you. I hope you manage to take home a souvenir of Maremma, either as a treat to be savoured in the next few days, or something more long-lasting to look at over the next few years while you're sitting comfortably at home. Well, thanks for your time and attention, and I do hope you have a great time in Maremma. Mauro.